Bears fans, brace yourselves. Something's happening in Chicago that could flip everything we know about this team. That's right, whispers from Hallis Hall suggest our front office, led by the ever-scheming Ryan Poles, might have struck gold once again. Could this be the move that reawakens the ferocity we once knew in our beloved Bears? Is this the kind of spark that changes an entire season before it kicks off? You better believe that excitement is in the air, and if you believe the next Bears legend is already in our building, smash that like button and stay locked in. Picture this. A young tight end, the underdog of all underdogs, is emerging from the shadows, invoking echoes of the greats who once donned our blue and orange. His name? Joel Wilson. Yes, people, you heard it right. But let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. Who is this guy, and why should we as diehard Chicago faithful care? Imagine the journey this player has taken, a vast tapestry woven from both triumphs and struggles. Wilson hails from tiny Pawsky, Michigan, where stars are not born but forged in the furnace of adversity. As a two-star recruit, he was overlooked, passed over by the big schools, left to carve his own path at Central Michigan. It's the kind of story that makes your heart race, isn't it? The odds stacked against him, battling with every ounce of grit to prove he belonged. How many of us see ourselves in that struggle? The determination, the fight, it's the spirit of Chicago. Although he found himself undrafted last season, his tragic tale was only beginning. It was a whirlwind, bouncing from team to team, a victim of circumstance and, quite frankly, a lack of attention from scouts. But somehow, against all odds, he clung to hope, to that sliver of possibility that his moment would come. He dealt with injuries, faced heartbreaking cuts, and every setback felt like a dagger. But he persevered. What if this resilience is what finally brings him to the spotlight he deserves? The moment Ryan Poles scooped him up like a diamond in the rough, the chatter began. Bears fans everywhere turned their heads, suddenly aware. Could Wilson be the gem we've been seeking in the brutal NFL landscape? This is no mere preseason fluff. No, this is the dawning of something exhilarating. We saw the headlines, we heard the coaches praising his relentless work ethic and his explosiveness in practice. Ben Johnson himself, the new offensive architect, couldn't contain his enthusiasm, singing praises of Wilson's incredible hands and eye-popping athleticism. In each practice of OTA, he displayed the kind of skill that made jaws drop, catching passes from our future franchise quarterback Caleb Williams, weaving through defenders like a bolt of lightning. But hold on a second. We know that words from the fans and the coaching staff are one thing. Performance in a real game situation is another. What if the pressure of game day becomes too much? Think back to '85, when our Bears embodied raw power and dogged determination. Every season we yearn for a player who can channel that energy, someone who can help restore the roar of our franchise. Could Joe Wilson finally be that catalyst? We've seen stars emerge from obscurity. Hell, just look at the fearless players who once walked the sidelines at Soldier Field. They rose to the occasion when their names were called. But with the tight end depth chart so crowded, the stakes are heightened. Cole Kmet, the irreplaceable cornerstone, along with the seasoned Durham Smythe, are safely locked into their spots. Could this make or break moment push Wilson to defy expectations? Every curveball the Bears face only acts as fuel for the fire burning inside him. Yet there's the lingering question. Is he physically ready to withstand the rigors of the NFL? There's no denying he has the athletic upside and the tantalizing potential. If he can figure out how to hold his ground as a blocker against those monstrous linebackers, he might just seal his fate on the final roster. Do we dare dream about Wilson making plays that could reignite fan passion and perhaps lead to a resurgence in our offensive power? But let's not kid ourselves. The competition is fierce. What if the Bears rely on experience over raw talent? A numbers game looms overhead. Pulse is racing as we contemplate the potential cuts before training camp even unfolds. And this is where we find ourselves poised on the edge of uncertainty. As the summer days slip through our fingers, excitement fills the air, sparking questions that every Bears fan is asking. Will Joel Wilson rise from practice squad to star in the making, or will he face another crushing disappointment, cast aside as just another hopeful name lost in the shuffle? The electric hope coursing through our veins begs to be fulfilled. Every one of us has dreams of seeing this team return to glory, and the emergence of a hidden gem could be the turning point. The road ahead is murky, filled with anxiety and hope. But as we look to Bears training camp, the stage is set. The drama unfolds. Will Wilson seize the moment? Will this talented no-name become the answer to our prayers? as we're left with our hearts racing, let's keep our fingers crossed, because the Bears might just be on the verge of something monumental. Who knows what the future holds, but one thing is certain, it's going to be an exhilarating ride. Bears fans, get ready to ride a wave of anticipation that you can feel deep in your bones. The energy is palpable, and the stakes couldn't be higher. If you can feel the legacy of the monsters of the Midway itching to make its mark, then smash that like button and strap in, because the roller coaster of emotions is just getting started. With Joel Wilson lighting up the preseason the way he has, the locker room is buzzing with a frenetic energy that hasn't been felt in years. Picture it, a reverberation of new hope coursing through the veins of our beloved team, like the resounding echo of famed linebacker Mike Singletary's cry, driving the team to unthinkable heights. But the question lingering over Hallis Hall is more than just a matter of talent. It's about trust, timing, and the fragile dynamics that keep this team together. What if Wilson isn't just a player? What if he's the lifeblood that breathes new energy into this squad? Each word of encouragement from his teammates slices through any lingering doubts like a blade. They see it, they believe it. But let's also face the tough realities. Is Wilson really ready to be the beacon of our future? Rumor has it that he's not only impressing coaches with on-field performance, but also commanding respect in the film room. That's where he can truly understand the nuances of the game, study his defenders, and evolve quicker than we ever imagined. This is Chicago. This isn't just football. This is a way of life. But imagine if the pressure gets to him. What if those inevitable rookie jitters set in and he can't maintain that stellar performance when the lights are on and roars echo from the stands? The whispers of doubt have been silenced but could be just around the corner, waiting to pounce. And it doesn't help that the Bears' depth chart is thicker than a cold Chicago winter. What happens to Wilson if he finds himself fighting for the last spot against veterans with years of grit and honed skills? It's a potential heartbreak waiting to unfold, or a story that could echo through Soldier Field for decades. Some fans are already speculating. Could a roster shakeup be in the works? Are we looking at trades that could open the door for Wilson? Could the team make the tough call, letting go of experience for the promise of a raw diamond? Just consider how trading Kmet could ripple through the locker room. Would this unify the team behind Wilson or fracture it, sending veterans spiraling into chaos as their security is tossed aside for the sake of youth? The thought sends shivers down the spine. After years of rebuilding and clawing back from painful losses, every element feels heightened. And what if Wilson risks everything on a critical playoff-like catch early in the season? Every inch of our hearts would race, and with it the pulse of the city of Chicago. Would it rewrite his destiny, allowing him to be lifted to the heavens like the legends? Urlacher, Peyton, the greats who've worn that jersey and left their mark in the annals of football history? But wait a second, let's not overlook the impact of our coaches. With new blood in place and a fresh vision from Ben Johnson, the scales are tipped in favor of creativity over rigidity. Johnson has shown the willingness to shake things up, but what if he sees talent in Wilson that calls for a formation shift, possibly even the notorious 3 tight end set? This could disrupt everything we know about the Bears' offense, sending defensive coordinators into a panic. But then again, with every bold step comes the risk of failure. The intensity is rising higher than our beloved skyscrapers. The tension in the air grows thicker with each passing day as training camp approaches. The good folks in Chicago are buzzing. Their passion ignites flames of hope and anxiety all at once. Will the drive from Wilson inspire fellow players to find their inner beast? Will the coaching staff roll the dice on a rookie who could either break records or crumble under pressure? We're standing on the edge of our seats, hearts pounding with every potential scenario. Each practice holds the weight of generations of Bears glory, and it all boils down to one looming question. Can Joel Wilson be the missing piece to reignite the fire that has flickered in our franchise for so long? As fans, we deserve a reason to stand proud, to chant "bear down" with a renewed fervor. But will that chance finally come? The season is approaching, the clock is ticking, and with every heartbeat, we find ourselves closer to the truth. Can our underdog rise, or will we face yet another heartbreak? Only time will tell. And it's going to be a hell of a journey.